up, you guys? It's Deepesha, and today we're going to be talking about how to treat dry skin with acne. Now, this can mean a lot of different things, so let's go over what it means before you jump into the video. Now, the first thing is pretty clear: you have dry skin and you're getting acne. The second thing could be you have oily skin during the summers, which has now changed to drier skin in the winters, and you're still getting acne. You don't want to aggravate it by using too many occlusive moisturizers, and you're just scared of using hydrating products, so that could be a second category. Number 3 could be you have matured skin and you're getting acne. Number 4, you could be oily skin type, but because of medications like Roaccutane and tretinoin, you are getting drier skin type and you're still getting acne, so you're still again scared to use hydrating products on your skin. Number 5, you could have used a lot of products that have sensitized your skin to many AHAs, BHAs, retinoids, and you've just used it for too long, or used it too much, or use it to regularly higher percentages or whatnot, or use them all together, which could have led to a lot of sensitization of your skin, which leads to your skin becoming flaky, inflamed, it becomes red and very, very difficult to deal with. So if that is the case, this video is for you. If any of these categories apply to you, this video is for you. So let's get started. I'm going to start with one single and simple thing that I learned, and I'm continuing to learn every single day since 12 years that I've been battling cystic acne. I have had cystic acne for the last 12 years of my life, and from the last 6 to 7 years, there is something that has changed in my routine, and there's something that has changed in my overall aspect of choosing the products that I use in my skincare, and that I go by is hydration is key. Hydration makes a lot of things different, a lot of things change because of hydration. Whenever we think about acne, we think about retinoids, acids, BHAs, AHAs and PHAs, and anything that is more exfoliating or cell renewal, cell turnover. We think about all of these things, but we never think about hydration. And hydration plays an important role in healing the skin. And I have seen that a lot. So all of these acne, breakouts, irritation, inflammation on my skin starts healing faster when you add a lot more hydration to your skin, which is why hydration is not to be scared of. It is something to be embraced, and using the right products will help you embrace this instead of being scared that it might congest your skin. So the routine I use for dry skin with acne, it could also be for sensitive skin. It is fine for sensitive skin because my skin is quite sensitive and it does perfectly well for my skin, so you can use it too if you are sensitive. So what I start with is a double cleansing system. First, I use an oil-based cleanser, and trust me, I do not use an oil cleanser on a daily basis. I only use it when I use makeup. On the other days, I just use my same cleanser that I use on every day, just normal face wash, and I use it twice, and that is more than enough for my skin. I only use the oil-based cleanser if I'm not using my makeup. I use it only once or twice a week just to get a thorough cleanse, but other than that, if I'm not using makeup, it's not something that I do every single day. So for the oil-based cleanser, I like the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm. This is amazing. It removes your makeup really well. But whenever I'm not using makeup, as I said earlier, I use it once or twice a week or something, just to get rid of the gunk and just to feel like completely cleansed. I don't need it, but it's just for self-satisfaction that I do it like once or twice a week if I'm not using any makeup. If there is makeup, it is inevitable. I always have a double cleansing system. So for the face wash or a hydrating cleanser, I use the Vaunt Daisy Extract plus Vitamin B face wash. This is really good. I've used half the bottle now, and I really like it. It's very hydrating. It's non-foaming. It does not dry your skin out. It does not feel, your skin does not feel pulling or anything like that with this. It just feels hydrating, and it's very calming and a very nice cleanser for sensitive, basically all skin types, but it is really good for sensitive skin types too. Highly recommend this one. On the days that I don't use an oil-based cleanser, I would go in with this cleanser twice just to get rid of all the gunk, just to make sure everything is off your skin. I really like the pattern of double cleansing. It really helps with getting rid of any gunk on your skin. Next up, we have mists, toners and essences. I am obsessed with this category. I have a lot of mists and toners and essences, and I keep using different ones here and there. So I have a lot of recommendations. So if you want a video on something like that, let me know in the comments down below. I love layering hydrating toners, essences, and they just help with, you know, just cushioning your skin and making it very damp and nice for your moisturizer to glide on very well. It just helps in absorbing the products very easily. Because they are very light in consistency, they absorb very well into the skin. Now you can definitely do a few layers of the same product, or you can do different products and layer them on each other, and it's your game plan, you can do whatever you want. I really like using different products with different consistency that really help with getting into the skin. I've been using this product from One Thing, and I cannot even say the name, so I'm not even going to try it, but it is very good for hydration. It is very good for healing the skin. I have seen a difference in my skin. It just hydrates the skin so well, and it absorbs in the skin very fast. It is very good for strengthening the skin. It is great for anti-inflammation. It is great for if you have blemishes, if you have a lot of acne, it helps with calming that down. I really like that one a lot. Next, I've been loving the Innisfree Bija Cica Skin. This has been in my vanity for a very long time, and it's almost over. I really like this. It's a very milky consistency, so sometimes in the summers, if you just want a light moisturizer, you can just use a few layers of this, and this is enough. But this is really nice. It's a very milky consistency, so I use it after any of the thinner toners, and like if I'm using any essences which are very thin, then I would use this on top of that. And the third one, I have this Cosrx Snail Mucin, which is a highly talked about product. It's very hydrating on the skin. It has this gooey texture to it. A lot of the hydrating products you see, they absorb and then suddenly your skin feels like very dry and very like it's not holding on to that moisture. You need something more on top of it, which is why the moisturizers come after this, to lock in all of that moisture that you've just put on your skin with these essences, mists and toners. Now let's talk about moisturizers. Something I really understand myself, and a lot of people understand with dry skin and acne prone skin, is that when you go to select a moisturizer, you get confused with, should I be using a very heavy moisturizer because my skin is dry, or should I be using a very gel based light moisturizer because I've got acne, I don't want to congest my skin further. If I buy and use something like a Cica based moisturizer, which is more for calming the skin, and something like the Avene Sepicalm, I really like that one. So things like those really help with hydrating the skin as well as getting the inflammation down, and that really helps with healing the acne as well. So I really love using something like that. Another tip is that using a gel-based moisturizer first and then applying a little slightly more occlusive moisturizer. I usually layer at night. So if I layer my moisturizers also, that also works really well for my skin. Now I've been doing this for quite some time, and I always do it. For some reason I've been always doing it is apply like a gel based moisturizer first and then apply a slightly more nourishing occlusive moisturizer, and it does not congest my pores. It does not do any of that. It hydrates my skin throughout the night, and in the morning my skin is much more refreshed. It feels much more nourished and nice and plump, and it feels very hydrated. So for the moisturizers, I use the Dr. Sheth's Aloe and Panthenol Hydrating Gel. This is really good. It has 2% niacinamide and 2% urea. It helps with hydrating the skin very well. Just a little bit more nourishing moisturizers. Even for sensitive skin, this is really good because it has oat, and it is very, very nice. This one is the Minimalist Sepicalm 3% plus oat moisturizer. I did review this on my Instagram channel. On my Instagram, and I really love how this product works. It's a very nourishing moisturizer, but it's not very thick. So it does nourish, but it's not too thick on the skin, or it's not too heavy on the skin. So I really like that. So these two moisturizers work even for the morning and the night. I really like both of them. Now coming to sunscreen, I really insist on everybody using sunscreen. Sunscreen is such an important thing in your skincare routine, and I would really recommend something that is great for sensitive skin. It works for all skin types. It's a little bit hydrating, so it works for dry skin as well, and it does not create any flakes on the skin, because a lot of mineral sunscreens, or even the sunscreens that have a little bit of silicone texture to it, it does create a lot of texture. It does not have any problems on the skin, but it does feel weird when you're using it on dry skin. So I do have a recommendation for you guys. This one is the Requil Oxybenzone plus OMC free sunscreen. This is really good, you guys. It is very hydrating, and it's very soft on the skin. It is great for sensitive skin as well, so I have never had a problem with this. It's very hydrating. I have loved all of the Requil sunscreens, but during the winters, this is something that I go forward to much more than using the Ultra Matte Dry Touch sunscreen, which is more for like summer times that I use. During the winters, my skin gets slightly more on the drier side, so the Ultra Matte Dry Touch sunscreen just starts flaking up with all all of those flakes on my skin. So I basically turned to this one. Now another product that I have been using for the past year now is the LANEIGE Cica Sleeping Mask. This has been working so well for my skin. Now my skin, even if it is oily or dry in the winter times, this really helps with calming down any kind of inflammation on my skin. So even using a little bit of amount goes a long way, you guys. You don't need like a lot of this product. It works really well for dry skin. It nourishes the skin really well. Even for oily skin, it nourishes the skin. It does not lead to any congestion. So I apply it at night, post all of my skincare routine, and I use it on top of my moisturizer. So whenever I use this, I use only one of the moisturizers, and then I use this on top of that, and I call it a night. So this is something I really have been loving for dry skin, oily skin, sensitive skin, acne prone skin. It works really well. So now that we have created a whole hydrating routine for morning and night, I want to now put my feet into actives, and I want to talk a little bit about actives because that is important, but I wanted to emphasize more on hydration before I got into actives. So now I'm going to talk about BHA, which helps really well with acne. But you need, when you have dry skin and acne, you need to make sure you're using the right kind of BHA that does not dry your skin out too much. You need a hydrating kind of BHA, and I have just the BHA for you. Now this is something I've been using for a very long time. Now this is Cosrx BHA Blackhead Power Liquid. I use this twice a week, and it is very good because it is hydrating. It is very gentle on the skin. It helps with calming down acne. It helps with getting rid of the congestion, getting rid of any dead skin cells because it is an exfoliant. So it really works very well without getting your skin inflamed. If your skin is dry, oily, whatever it is, if you're having a little bit of acne, start using this, and it really helps a lot. So I use this almost twice a week. You can start with once a week, and then you can get into twice a week. If your skin is sensitized, if your skin is completely inflamed, if your skin is red, itchy, bumpy, if you're feeling all of those issues right now, do not use a BHA, do not use a retinoid. Wait until at least 2 weeks. Use only hydrating products. Use something that is like, healing your skin, and let that heal your skin. And then once your skin gains that strength back, then you can go into once a week of BHA or once a week of retinoid and start with that. Lastly, we have retinol. I've been using this for some time. This is the Eclat Retinol 0.8% serum. As you guys know, I was very fond of my Drunk Elephant retinol for the past 2-3 years, and then I started using something more that is more available in India, which is this Eclat serum. And I really felt like this is much more gentler on the skin. It works really well. It's great. If you use it for 2-3 months straight, you're gonna start seeing much more prominent results than just using it for 2-3 weeks and saying it doesn't work, because retinol takes its time and you need to give it so much time for it to work. So basically this retinol works very well, and it's not very irritating to the skin, which is what I really like about it. So when it comes to bigger pimples, I really recommend Pimple Patches for that, and instead of spot treatments, I have been using this Cosrx Acne Pimple Master Patch, and it is brilliant. I really love this one. You just put on one patch on top of your acne, and it just subsides the size of the acne. So it's really good for that. So if you have dry skin, try not to use very drying spot treatments. Rather than that, use something like this. It works really well for just pushing the acne and just deflating it. Alright guys, to summarize everything I've talked about, a whole skincare routine for dry plus acne prone skin. You guys can use all the products, or you can use some of the products, or whatever you feel like. You can take some tips and tricks from the whole video and let me know what works for you in the comments down below. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below, and I would be happy to answer all of them. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. Also do subscribe to my channel and click that bell icon right next to it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.